Going on to you, Aries. So you Aries actually have the Hanged Man, the Three of Swords, and then you have the Strength card for you, Aries. Okay, nice. Okay, all right. So what I'm seeing here for you, Aries, right? That's interesting. Very interesting reading. So there's a sense of you, Aries, not necessarily quite knowing what's coming next. The Hanged Man, the Three of Swords, not really knowing what's coming next. Just kind of leaving certain things to what happens, and you, Aries, being prepared. But being prepared for what? The Strength card represents, again, being strong, being wise, not doing anything drastic as of right now, just being patient. Um, yeah, we definitely gonna have to really get deep into this because what is going on? The Eight of Wands and the Star card, right? The Eight of Wands and the Star card for you, Aries, speaks to um there's also a sense of like, okay, 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 I'm starting to understand more. So for you, Aries, right, if you are a business owner, you're kind of waiting to see what's going on with some sort of business deal or something. Maybe you went on vacation. There's some sort of pause that's happening here where you Aries figure to yourselves, you're not going to continue to do too much. You're just going to really sit back, relax, and observe what comes. For you Aries who are at the job, there's a situation where at the job, you may feel like your job may be a little bit, your job security may be a little bit shaky. You may think that you may end up getting laid off. Same thing if it's a relationship, right? You may be trying to get to know somebody, and this relationship may be a little bit up in the air, or you may have known them for a long time, and all of a sudden this person starts to really make moves on you, and you don't really quite like it because you Aries may feel a little bit left out. But see, the situation is that the Eight of Wands, the Strength card, the Eight of Wands, and the Star card here represents. But regardless of whatever the situation is, you're not backing down from it at all. And you Aries are most definitely going to understand what exactly is going on. So you know that on a long enough timeline, all you need to do as of right now is be patient because eventually you will find out what the answer actually is, whether it's business, whether it's friendship, whether it's romance. You will find out or you will get your answer regardless of if the person decides not to call back, if the business deal goes through, if they if they start wilding, if they just as much could start treating you well, start want to hang out with you, stuff like this, and start actually taking you seriously. That the Emperor represents, just understand that no matter what happens, you Aries need to hold on to yourselves. You need to remember who you are. The Emperor represents you're great people, as it is that I've said before, and you have a lot to actually feel good about because you are accomplished. So don't feel like, just because you're waiting, then it means that you're any less, um, you're any, don't feel like you're any less valuable because this person made you wait, right? Especially not if it's a relationship. If it's a relationship and this person is like you trying to get to know them, and they talking about they'll think about it or some goofy stuff like that, yeah, you gotta dub them, and move forward because they're stupid. I'm not even gonna lie. If that's what's happening with you, if you trying to get to know somebody or you with somebody, maybe you're in an established bond with the person, right? Two of you are going out, and they just, like I said, started wilding out like this. Yeah, they've got their own issues that they have to figure out. I'm not even gonna lie. And you could do your endeavor best if you're an established bond or not, to wait a little bit if it's romantically, but eventually you do have to know, you do have to kind of know how much is enough time. How much time do you want to be patient with them? Now, granted, if you're an established bond and this is you, you do have to wait a little bit of time. I'm not saying you have to wait 5, 10, 15, 20 years then to leave, but you do have to wait, you do have to wait for a few months for you to understand, okay, whether or not you're going to bounce. And the reason why I'm saying that is because um, again, the Four of Wands, the Four of Wands and the King of Wands, which is because you deserve better than, to essentially just be waiting, because you're ready to go. You Aries are ready for whatever at this point. And that, regardless of what capacity it is, right? So fill in the blank as to what capacity it is. It could be in all. It could be work. It could be familiar. It could be romance. It could be career. Whatever capacity this happens to manifest as, you're ready. You are the jack of all trades, master of everything right now. So, rare form. Not a lot of people on earth are going to be in this kind of shape, this kind of form, this kind of astuteness, right? This kind of uh, ability to soak up game and learn and this very quickly, very soon, being able to not only do that, but just be in a position where you can learn, you can be good at what it is that you do, right? It's a rare form. Rarely do you see a person or people really on top of their game like that. You see it, but I mean consistently, right? And so the situation with it is the Judgment, and you have the Scorpio energy, right? So a lot of Mars coming through, a lot of fiery, a lot of Leo, Aries, right? Emperor is Aries. You showed up in your own reading, right? Then you have Mars. So this is about you. This really is a pivotal moment in your lives, because the Judgment and the Scorpio energy is about maybe you didn't get it. Maybe you didn't. But we got to clarify this. It doesn't necessarily mean this. But maybe this important thing that you deemed as important, you didn't get it. But it doesn't matter if you didn't get it, because, again, you're in rare form. So we most definitely have to clarify this. What's going on with Judgment? The Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the World card, the Queen of Cups, to clarify the Judgment. So if this is, regardless of if this is romantic, whatever it is, whatever capacity it is, the Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Wands, Nine of Pentacles says it all. They do not think that you are a good match for them. So that's the reason why it is that, they basically, whatever capacity it is, it never manifested. They didn't think that you were a good fit. But the Nine of Pentacles, the World card, and the Queen of Cups represents, but there are still way more opportunities, though. The Nine of Pentacles is you're going to be all right regardless of, even if they didn't think you were fit. Because, again, you Aries are in rare form, and you never know. You might get a Six of Cups coming up in a couple of readings. You never know, where they try to come back and make things happen. But it is what it is, right? Like and so the situation with that is the World card, like I said, and the Queen of Cups. Don't worry about it, and don't get upset at the fact that some things you didn't necessarily get, because that's just how life is. So I'm clarifying the same card with the same deck. It is what it is. Yes, it's still clarified. Let's clarify the Scorpio energy. I didn't realize that until now. Four of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, the Chariot, and then you have the Three of Swords. So we're gonna take out the Chariot just because the Chariot was already used. So we're gonna use two decks as if they were one conjoined one. But yeah. So the three of swords and stuff like this, the Three of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords right here, to clarify the Scorpio energy, represents how once again, right, it's their loss. Whatever capacity it was their loss. The Four of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, the Three of Swords, right? They've got their own thing going on as well, right? You have other people, other opportunities waiting, right, in the future or right now. You may have options right now, romantically, business-wise, family members that love you. Instead of you feeling a certain kind of way that one family member doesn't care about you, you may have other family members that do, that show you that they do, that let you know that they have done so for a long time, right? You have other options. And then you Aries also have the Ace of Pentacles, which is about, it doesn't stop. You're still showing your value regardless. This doesn't stop what value you have. So again, Aries, make no mistake about it. Just because this thing didn't go the way that you particularly wanted doesn't mean that the world stops. It doesn't mean that the world stops for you. It doesn't mean that you're done and you can't accomplish anything else. No, it just means for whatever situation this person has decided that you and them don't see the same goals. Shrugs your shoulders, right? Shrugs my shoulders. What is it can you do at the end of the day? You can't force people, right? So let's clarify the Emperor. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, Knight of Wands, Six of Swords, and then you have the Justice card. So Libra shows up, right? Libra energy shows up. So like it is, I said before, to kind of give more details to this, the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is about how you Aries ultimately, you showed up to play ball. You Aries, like I said, showed up in rare form. You know, y'all are on point. It's just that the Ten of Wands, they think that they can get better elsewhere. To put it plain, right? You know, it is what it is. The Knight of Wands, guess what? Things don't stop for you. You have other opportunities, regardless of whatever lane this is in for you. The Six of Swords, the Justice, boom. Right? They talking about later. They talking about as of right now. The way that they're making it seem like, there's a chance that something can happen later. And the thing about it is that, again, the Justice, to you, you know, later is not, or you don't want later, per se, right? They got to come with something. If they talking about later, they better give you an offer that is very hard to turn down if they sitting up here talking about later. Because more than likely, you Aries are not trying to hear that later. You Aries are not trying to hear that later nonsense. Y'all are focused on what y'all got to do now and in the future, and that's what you got going on. And so if a person ain't on that, they better come correct. They better figure something out. They better give you They better give you an offer that you, Aries, cannot refuse, because y'all are in rare form right now. And people, everyone who's talking about how it is that, oh, you're not their type or whatever, they finna get left. They finna regret it. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I'm trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. I'm at 20,880 something. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell. Set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. And if you Aries like this video and you like to contact me for a personal reading, understand more what I was talking about here, help you out with your own situation, the link to that is in the comment section below. It's called a Linktree link. Peace.